All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the Chris versus Everybody podcast. This is a podcast where I, Kris Canty, talk about any and everything unedited and uncensored. On today's show, we're going to be talking about a very racist incident that happened over the week. Um, Basically, a father didn't want his white daughter to shake a black man's hand. And yes, Christopher, why are we talking about this today in 2024? It's because that racism still exists and people still have some racist tendencies and racist thoughts and racist beliefs that are clearly evident in the state of Wisconsin because our father in Wisconsin grabs and pushes a superintendent. He wasn't even a regular black dude. He was the superintendent of the school district, who was the only black person on stage, to add. Only black person on stage. He pushed her and pulled her away from his daughter because he said that I don't want him touching her. These are quotes from the father. I don't want him touching her. Wow. This girl's graduation was ruined by her father because she didn't want her to shake hands with a black man in 2024 in the United States of America. That's crazy. Why did it take so long for everybody else on stage to help this man? Because, first of all, I don't remember anybody. I don't remember anybody on that stage even helping him. No one was even helping him. If that was me, I would have beat the father's ass. Because first of all, you got on stage. People allowed this man to get on stage to even get to him. He's supposed to be the most protected person on stage, the superintendent of the school district. The superintendent, the board members, and the principal are supposed to be the most protected people on stage. And yet this man, a white father, went after the only black man on stage and no one did anything. Nobody did anything but stare and watch like, oh, oh. Hi, Mr. Johnson. Why are you touching him? If that was me, he'd get his ass beat. If that was me, he'd be on the floor. Face unrecognizable. And then I put him in his chair and I would shake her hand in front of him. Because this is America. 2024 in Wisconsin. We still have people who say, oh, my white daughter's not going to be anywhere near a black man. It's 2024. Maybe in 1964, this would be okay behavior by white people. But this is 2024. Stop it. Racism is violent. Racism is humiliating. And racism is destructive. Most white people have zero concept of what it feels to be like a black person in an all white space. But nearly all black people know the feeling. So what is it about this instance? Because he literally got to go from his seat up to the stage through all the people to get to this man. I'm looking at the video right now. This is crazy. And his name was Rainey Briggs, Superintendent Rainey Briggs from Wisconsin. The fact is that Superintendent Rainey Briggs experiences and is forced to deal with racism daily, since he's the only black administrator in that entire school district. White people tend to take their white skin privileges for granted. And in this particular instance, they really dropped the ball when it came to stopping this racist father from doing what he just did. His daughter was very, very embarrassed. And I'm pretty sure she wanted to shake his hand. But the actions of the parents, it's always the parents, racist tendencies and racist thoughts and racist thought and racist anything comes from the generation before you and it's taught to you. So not only is she thinking about her father in a bad way, hopefully she doesn't pass this on to her kids. But this has got to stop. This is Kris versus racism in America. In this context, it's very hard for white people in general to understand and appreciate the experience of being black in America. Racial bigotry is not social class specific. Okay. It doesn't matter what social class you're in. You could be rich and black, people will still hate you. Poor and black, people will hate you. Based on the color of your skin, people hate you. Or people have a certain view about you. And that has got to stop in America. Black people endure instances like what Rainey did in Wisconsin every day. And people try to play it down or say that racism doesn't exist or I don't see color or I'm colorblind. That's got to stop. And to say that this wasn't racism, this whole instance of it wasn't racism is just utterly preposterous. This man literally walked from his seat up to the stage, through all the people, and touched the only black person on stage, and no one did anything. That happens in corporate America. It happens in schools. It even happens in certain families. I don't see color has become a common refrain from many white people and some non-whites because they're scared of talking about race. Why are we scared about talking about race in 2024? In sociology, which is a study of, social people and social things in people, colorblind or colorblind society is one where racial classification doesn't affect a person's opportunities and there is no differential treatment based on race or color. Colorblind society. Colorblind society is fake, one. In the United States, it is very utterly preposterous to even think that we can be a colorblind society when the country was built on racism. The English came over here and said, hey, this is ours now. Even though there were people already here, wiped them out, brought black people over to do their bidding, then treated them bad. Then some people that also came over was like, hey, slavery is wrong. They fought against them. The people who thought that slavery was bad won. And then the people who thought that slavery was good treated black people worse than what they were when they were slaves. It becomes this huge dynamic that black people are lazy, violent, and just want a handout when we've been treated poorly since y'all came and took us from Africa. Yet we're the bad people. Now in 2024, we have a person getting pushed and pulled aside because their white daughter can't be touched by him, can't shake their hand. It's crazy. We live in the United States of America. The idea of a colorblind society is crazy. When indigenous people have been messed around, when African Americans have been messed around, when Asians have been messed around, when Latinos have been messed around, and of course, since 1920, even beyond 1920, Women in this country have been treated very poorly in this country. Do you realize that you are denying someone an essential part of their existence and their experiences while simultaneously holding on to yours because you don't think that you should be able to talk about race or you feel uncomfortable? Why do we feel uncomfortable when we talk about race? Maybe that's because what you think about. Maybe you have some fucked up things or fucked up generalizations about black people. Maybe you need to sit down and have a one-on-one with yourself in the mirror. To say that I don't see race is to say that I don't see you, I don't know you, and I'm not ready and willing to hear or believe you. When I say I don't see color or teach colorblindness, you are encouraging incidents like this incident in Wisconsin to happen. Why was he able to come on stage? Why was he able to get that far? Why did the white administrators just watch him get assaulted? I would have knocked the guy out. I'm going to say it again. I would have knocked him out cold, woke him up, put him in the seat, and then made him see me shake his daughter's hand. Because I'm the superintendent of this school district. I'm allowing your daughter to graduate. She should at least shake my hand. I'm not giving her a hug. I'm not slapping her on the ass. I'm not saying, hey, let's go out for dinner. I'm just shaking her hand. Congratulations, you graduated. Go be somebody. That's the entire job of the superintendent. I'm going to leave you guys with ways to fight racism. You can learn to recognize and understand your own privilege, white or black, rich or poor. You can examine your own biases and consider where they might have originated. Where have your generalizations and biases and stereotypes originate from? Are they from good places? Are they from bad places? Or should you hang out with those people anymore? Should you educate the people that you learn your generalizations from? I think that should stop. You should call out racist jokes, sexist jokes, misogynistic jokes, or just rude jokes in general, because it's not okay. And finally, you need to adopt an intersectional approach in all aspects of your life. It's not just white people, it's not just black people. It's white women, it's black women, black men, white male gay people, black female gay people, black female poor gay people. You got to understand all walks of life to understand what you can say, how you approach somebody, and how we respect each other in a way that is good for everybody involved. Together, we can fight against racism, but we have to admit that we have the flaws to create a better America. That's the only way we're going to get this racism thing squashed, is if people like this man from Wisconsin, find the error of his ways, because there's something deep down in his soul that just goes crazy when black people come on his TV, when they come across him, or when his daughter wants to shake someone's hand. This needs to stop. Okay? And before we go out of here, I have my Black Excellence shirts. We have Black Excellence. We have Do Not Forget the Past and Do Better for the Future shirts. They're in my Crisscross store, my merch store, on my link tree, which is on my Instagram. I will put the link in the bio below and in the description below. I'm sorry. And hope you guys wear these Black Excellence shirts on Juneteenth throughout the summer. Make sure that you stand out proud if you are black. Even if you're not black, you can wear the Black Excellence shirts and show that you are standing alongside your black brothers and sisters. Okay? All right. Speaking of that, see you next time. I got to go do some Black Excellence right now, or listen to some Black Excellence and listen to some 70s funk. So see y'all next time on the Crisscross Studios YouTube page, and see y'all next time on Kris versus Everybody. Peace.